In this three-part series, I'll share with you the build sequence of the AH-1F Cobra gunship. I'm a big fan of Hasegawa kits for three main reasons. First, the shape of the model is usually pretty accurate, better than most other manufacturers' kits who build the same model. Second, the texture and quality of the plastic is very good. And third, the fitting of parts is generally perfect with the occasional case of part misalignment. There are two recurrent negatives though. First, sometimes the surface detail in Hasegawa aircraft and helicopter models is not as much as one would find with other kits such as Tamiya, GWH or Trumpeter. And second, the cockpits generally lack detail. Having said that, I usually build Hasegawa kits with a bunch of aftermarket detail sets, so some of those inadequacies are made up for that way. Hello and welcome to another three-part build series. I'm Cobra and I've been building scale models for over 30 years. You can find out more about me on my website. Please see the description below. The kit does not come with too many parts, which is great. I built this kit with the following add-ons: the Edward photo etch set for both the interior and exterior, the Master M197 20mm rotary cannon set, the Master AH-64 Apache M230 30mm chain gun barrel, pitot tubes and tail antenna set, and Montex masks, which are actually designed for the Hobby Boss kit. I'll address the use of each of these sets in detail later. I'll come back to this. The two major negatives that I can attribute to this Hasegawa 1x72 scale kit of the AH-1S Cobra are: 1. The single part canopy. The flat plate windscreen panels cannot be opened or positioned. And 2. The ammunition bay access doors cannot be positioned. This model was awarded a silver medal at the 2023 Scale Model World Competition that was held in Telford, UK. Previously, it was also awarded at the 2020 Online Beaton Model Festival, which was held in Poland. I wanted to build this model with the landing light under the fuselage in the down position. The fuselage had the landing light outlined in plastic in the up position. Therefore, I had to drill a hole in the belly to position a scratch-built landing light. I then cut out the plastic around the hole to make room for the light holder. And finally, I installed a hemispherical light bay inside the fuselage that is used to hold the light when it's in the retracted position. The final result wasn't too bad, but it took a while and effort to achieve it neatly. I then installed the debris deflectors and cut out the areas for the exhaust air mixing intake grills on both sides of the fuselage. Photo etch grills would later be installed on these sides. In order to make the interior more realistic, a scratch-built engine turbine section was created and installed, which would be vaguely visible through the photo etch grill. Also, the environment control system air intake was cut out and a photo etch grill was installed on the inside. In the cockpit, the plastic parts for seat armor were removed and photo etch parts were put in place both for the gunner and the pilot. Since I added a lot of extras during the build, I included a precautionary 10-gram weight near the fuselage landing light bay, as there was no room in the nose of the helicopter. Placing the weight in the center of the landing skid attachment is actually better, since it is closest to the center of gravity and ensures that the model will not sit on its tail even with a ton of added accessories. There was a noticeable gap when installing the bottom part of the fuselage. This had to be filled with some putty. Generally, putty was applied throughout the joint of the fuselage halves as shown here. The barrels of the 20mm cannon were too thick on the kit part, which made them way out of scale. These barrels were carefully cut out of the swiveling gun turret mounting, and master aftermarket barrels were installed instead. The Edward photo etch set does add a lot to the visual appeal of the cannon assembly, and includes parts for the cannon elevation control gear as well. Some pictures of the completed cannon assembly together with references are shown here. The tail rotor part comes with correct shape together with the blade root attachment nicely molded and highlighted. The blade pitch control linkages and the feathering counterweights, however, are clearly out of scale. These were replaced with photo etch parts. References and corresponding painted model parts are shown here. That's it for now. We'll carry on with this discussion in part 2 of the series. Thanks for watching. Please leave your comments, suggestions and questions and I'll get back. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please consider doing so. Take care.